How's it going? Welcome back to another ScreenSavers podcast episode. Today we have another guest on. We have our buddy Gage. He's a music producer, and he made the infamous ScreenSavers outro song and the ScreenSavers outro song.
Infamous?
Infamous. No, it's infamous to us.
It is. It really is.
At least to us, it's very infamous. I love that song. So today we're just going to be asking him some questions, get to know him a bit better in our space and in our team.
All right. First off, I guess it's just, who are you and what do you do for ScreenSavers?
I go by Gag. No E.
Gag.
I don't actually, but I kind of do. I like producing, making music, composing sometimes, may I add. I don't know. I feel like composing is a bit like egotistical. That's like people who use like violins and like, you know.
True.
I'm not an instrumentalist. I try, but you know.
Right. It's a whole thing.
Not super duper. But I love like digital composition and like that sort of stuff and just songwriting. All that. The whole shebang.
Making music, having a good time.
Yeah.
And what are your tags or handles?
Yeah, you want
Yes.
When you said tags originally, I thought you meant like producer tags. Plug. Oh, dude, Jetson made another.
Exactly what I was thinking of too. Fucking audio jungle.
I just Claben on everything.
Yeah, at Claben, my boy at Claben.
Yeah, yo.
Starting out with the origins, how did you meet us? How did we get to know you? I know it's different for me and Sam.
Yeah.
But do you remember how me and you met?
Probably like freshman year of high school, like English class, you know.
I do remember that. Yeah.
Diddling around, not in a weird way, but like, you know, with like pencils and the English language. We were diddling with the English language.
Did a little bit of English diddling.
Yeah,
as
you know,
they call it.
you know, teacher probably hated all of us.
Oh, definitely. Oh my fucking god, definitely.
Yeah.
What was it? We
probably shouldn't say that.
We can censor it. That's
Oh
okay.
yeah, beep. No, she sucked. I remember one time with her, our friend Dylan, he pulled off his shirt in class. Like he was just not like shirtless, not like, but he was like taking off a hoodie, you know?
Okay.
And his shirt came up and she was like, oh, what the hell, bro? Put that shit away. Yeah. Why are you pulling that out? That doesn't deserve to be here. And it's
bro.
just,
it's so weird.
So odd. You know, stabbed a few people with pencils in that class, you know,
of course.
Got stabbed by a few pencils.
As you do.
You get what you receive, or wait, you get what you give. I don't know.
What does Joker say?
Give me your fucking deserve. I thought you were about to do like the Joker beatbox. I'm not gonna lie. Here we go. Verbally hit us up.
All I remember honestly is like me and Gage really became friends just from like groups, I guess. I know Blank, who knows Gage, who knows me, you know. But I remember my first ever interaction with Gage was my pencil dealer. You always had the big tote full of pens and then the big tote full of pencils, and I constantly every single day lost my gas. So I the fucking pencil spread. Yeah. So every single day you sat all the way in the back to the left of the class, and I sat all the way to the back of the right of the class. So everybody would be coming in before class would start, and I'd sit there and be like, Gage isn't here yet. Like looking over at your seat, like, where is he? I really need to ask for a pencil today. I don't have one. Because fucking she would get on me so hard about that shit. Like, I remember one time at the beginning of class, she was like, did Tristan bring a pencil today? Fuck you! But yeah, and I'd be like, can I get a pencil? And you'd be like, yeah, and you give me one, and I'd lose it literally the same day. I could not keep pencils ever.
No, dude, I was nonchalant about it. I was like,
yeah, man.
You know, like a flick, and then I'm like, sip on my gin and clap. Yeah. Man, you're so cool, Gage. It's like on the rocks, you hear like the glass clink against the desk and shit. So good. But yeah, no, that was a good time. I was a little good boy back then.
Yeah, we were little dinguses, dude.
I'll never do drugs. I will never drink ever. I'm a good boy.
All my friends started doing drugs, and I was like, "What is wrong with you guys?
Let me in.
What are you doing?
I don't want to feel ostracized.
No, I want to smoke weed." How did you and Sam meet?
I'm trying to. I
remember.
Probably through Isaac, but
yes, it wasn't.
No, wait. I feel like genuinely, it's easier for me to remember high school. Middle school is kind of like blur. You know, like that's what the hard part is. But like Sam and I used to speed run zombies all the time, and like just a bunch. Like I don't know. Mostly, I would say like we just had like the same kind of game taste in general, and that sort of shit.
I remember one time I stayed over at your house, and then the next morning everybody left. I just stayed.
Yeah.
And then that day was the day you showed me Realm of the Mad God. You were like, "Yeah, I have this game I play by myself."
Oh, that game is so good.
This game looks pretty cool.
Dude, I'm scared to touch that game again, just because like I spend my money when I'm playing it. I'm like I'm having so much fun,
dude. I used to never spend money on games. Like I would refuse. I'd rather die.
Yeah.
Like I was like, but like one more chest.
I need more chest. Yeah, I need more inventory space.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I got an exotic pet in that game.
Oh yeah.
Either way. Point is, that was a tangent. Okay.
Yeah.
No. I think probably like that. And like zombies for sure. That was just the game that we played.
When I was talking to you about that, and you're like, "Yeah, I fucking love zombies." I was like, "No, you don't. Not as much as
you don't get it."
You're, like everybody says that.
No, dude.
But then you actually did. And I was like, "Oh, thank God."
Yeah.
Thank God.
No, dude, that's my shit. Like even to it's hard to go back to it honestly now. Not because like I don't enjoy it, but because there's so much else out there, you know. And zombies is one of those things for me where like I don't want to tarnish it, you know.
Totally.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Like I have so much nostalgia for all of it, partly because of like, you know, us playing it and like me playing it with like, you know, some of my other friends when I was even younger, like middle school and shit. But like that was definitely probably like the big bonding thing for us and shit. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah. Good origins. I like to hear the origins. It's
Origins?
Yeah, dude.
Origins!
What is your dream job?
Ooh. That's really tough. Okay.
Yes.
Of course, like immediately, you know, I would love to make a career out of music. That would be fantastic someday. But also, I do gripe with like do I have the, not commitment, I definitely have the commitment, but like the consistency to make a career out of music, you know?
Totally.
It's something where like, and I mean, you guys are akin to that in terms of like, you know, content creation and that sort of thing. But like with content creation, the one thing that I wish I had that you guys have is like the ability to just take it not seriously, but also like, how do I put it? Like when you guys are recording, you know, it's just fun.
This is the fun part.
Yeah,
right here.
It's just fun. You get to do whatever you want. It's like silly, and then you can make it as serious or silly as you want after the fact or during.
Totally.
And I really struggle with between like the seriousness of it as well as like, you know, having fun with it, you know?
Right.
As soon as it becomes like a career, that's when it becomes not exhausting, but like it's a different thing.
Totally. Lots of stress, lots of things going on then. Like consistency is definitely a big thing. And I think another thing that separates like content creation with like, you know, music creation is like with us, it's like completely different spaces and feels. You know, when we are in the studio space, we are recording, we're having a good time. Then when we're in the editing room, like you take all the footage and now you're doing your thing. Where with like music creation, all of it is in the FL Studio. You know what I mean? Like, sure, maybe you start out playing a guitar and you go, "Ooh, that sounds good," and then you open FL, but like 95% of everything you do will be in FL Studio, or at least for us, like 20% of it will be recording. We will have just things going on, and you know, I can see it being entirely different, like mindset and exhaustion with just, I've been on this program for 8 hours straight today. Like, fuck me.
Yeah. I think like working in like one piece of software like that, like of course the familiarity is great. It's fantastic. I just have like a very good flow state with it. And yeah, also that's another thing, I do use FL Studio. That's one, like I've thought about branching out and trying other DAWs, which I can't remember what, it's an acronym for something. I can't remember what it was, but basically it's just the format, like OBS versus, or sorry, let me go editing software. So like you know, Premiere versus Sony Vegas or DaVinci. Yeah. So like, you know, FL is kind of like the entry level one, but I mean it still has the full capabilities of everything else.
Totally.
But that's just what I'm familiar with. My workflow is kind of linked to that, you know? But to get back on topic here, I think like it spooks me to like think of myself as a musician or like to do any of that. For one, because I've, you know, my results are not there because I'm not very consistent and that sort of thing.
Right.
But it is my passion. I would love to have a career with it. But also what comes with a career is in music specifically is performing, and I really don't like that.
Totally.
I think it would be cool to do, like I'm not opposed to it necessarily, like if someone offered for me to do it, I would, but there'd have to be conditions or something like that.
Right, totally.
And that's a big part of being a musician is performing. So
yeah.
like just getting up on a stage, that's not my thing, you know. I can talk, like I can do whatever. Like, and I mean, if it was a crowd of people that really enjoy my stuff, yeah, but like what I'd be spooked about is it's like I don't have a name for myself yet, and people are hearing me for the first time live, and then I like fumble or something
totally.
like that. You know?
The big first impression, like without a doubt, I can totally see that.
Yeah, it's the same thing as like, you know, talking to a bunch of new coworkers at a job or something like that, but on a grandiose scale, you know.
Right.
So that, in essence, that would be my dream career, but also I know it's not feasible, it's not reliable. So in terms of like a, you know, reliable societally accepted career, you know,
right
probably like environmental protectional services or something like that.
Hell yeah,
that'd be cool.
Nice. That one does sound nice.
I'm going to school for it right now, so
you get to do like a lot of traveling then, wouldn't you?
That's the goal. I mean, I want to be all over the place.
Hell yeah, that'd be so cool.
Yeah,
I think I could totally understand like the performance stuff. I don't think there would ever be a point where me and Sam would have to deal with that at any point. But I mean, like there have been other YouTubers and content creators who have had shows like, you know, comedic like bits where they go on and like commentaries. Fucking, I think it was Game Grumps. I don't remember who did it. Somebody. No, it was Jacksepticeye. He does it every single Christmas. He does a charity event. They literally just do a let's play on a stage.
That's cool.
Like it's crazy. Like they literally just sit down on the couch. There's 3 dudes and they're playing like Mario Maker, and then you have 2,000 people in the pews just like, wow, you know, like, well, I don't know. It's interesting because like performance, like you were saying, is 100% I think you need as an artist. Like that needs to happen to continue down the career path, where like for us, like we probably won't have to ever do that. If we do, like that'll be fun, but the pressure of that I could not imagine. So
yeah, and I mean, like in terms of that too, another good example of that is like Meat Canyon and Wendigoon. Like they always go up on stage, and sometimes they'll do like creep casts just in front of a bunch of people and everything.
I forgot to do that.
They've done it a few times, and I love that. I mean, it's just like they have that comfortability with it, you know.
Totally.
And I could see you guys doing something like that though. You know, but also that is a fear to conquer. You know, if that's
totally. You got to fear crowds.
Yeah, I'd just be like, this is so weird. I'd have to be like extreme. I would have to like, it would be weird because I would have to like ignore everybody to focus on what I'm doing.
Totally.
I think like in the right environment, me personally, I could like incorporate crowd, because that's the thing, right? Like for example, like in terms of music and stuff, there's this artist I've seen a couple of times, Goth Babe. His name sounds nothing like his music, but he is one of my favorite artists to see, just because he's so like involved with the crowd and everything. Not like, you know, crowd surf, like jumping in and stuff like that's spooky, but like you know, he has like big like pool floaties that'll throw, and he'll be like, this is Rachel, be nice to her, and chuck her in, and then people crowd surf up on top of it, and he's always like asking everyone like stuff like, you know, like I don't know, I can't think of specific questions, but I don't know, so involved, and that's how I'd want to be with it. But also I feel like that's something where like that could drain your social battery really fast.
Totally.
You know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Like you're providing, you're entertaining all those people right there, you know. So you got to be on your A game.
If you're doing a whole like 3-hour performance too, you're just like singing, and now you're screaming, and now you're talking, and now you're throwing stuff like Jesus Christ.
And I mean, let alone that you're doing that day after day after day, if anything, if you're on tour or something like that, because that's the other thing, right? Like, and that's also why like with you know, music and stuff, it does encourage traveling as well, you know. Which is right down my alley. I want to be all over the place. I want to go see stuff, you know.
That'd be crazy.
And also to be able to pick your own venues too. Like you could be like, I want to go to Austria and at a ski resort and perform up on top of a mountain, or like,
dude,
I want to go to Japan and do this. I want to do X, you know. Like you have that freedom once you get like the recognition.
Totally.
And not to say it's about recognition, but that is how you get places.
That is a step. Like that's just how it has to happen.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah.
Well, I just have one more thing to say. I agree with the like having to like, I can burn you out and being entertaining all the time. Because like for me, like one thing is like, say we had to do videos daily, like record daily, that would burn me out. There's no way. I just can't like, I can't be in that mood 24/7.
For real.
Like,
it's a lot.
You're a very rare person to like have infinite battery like that.
Yeah. I mean, like I could definitely force it if that needed to be, but like I don't know. I'd rather it come natural.
At that point, at least for me, I'm not really enjoying it.
Right.
Burnout.
If I'm forcing it.
Hence burnout.
Totally. Daily uploads would be fucking stupid, bro.
That would be dumb. That would be so dumb.
The only reason other YouTubers are able to do daily uploads is just because they have like whole ass teams that do everything. So their entire thing is come into work, record a let's play, go home. It's entirely hands off from there. And I could not realistically do that.
No, I need to be part of the team.
No, for real.
More than just
I feel like even
I'm recording.
Exactly.
Even if we start making money, even if we had a team and a studio space and everything else, like I would still want to be an editor,
For sure.
Without a doubt. Oh yeah, so how'd you get into music? Was there like a specific artist that inspired you, a song? Like
it's a few things.
Yeah.
So when I was younger, probably like 5 to 6, maybe even younger than that, my parents used to make music. They started out using Sony had their own software back then. I don't think it exists anymore. It's called like Acid Studio or something like that. And my mom and dad both used to just fuck around with it and have fun with it. Just sample stuff. Like they'd record my sister and I when we were tiny, and like my dad still has his. I don't know if my mom has hers anymore, but I can it's one of the few things where when I was that young I can recall it pretty well. And I used to really enjoy it. I even though I didn't understand what I was seeing, it was like this is being made in front of me. So that was one thing. And the second, artists, of course. I mean, like early age, my parents listened to weird stuff. I mean, weird, but at that period of time, they've had a lot of diversity with their music taste and everything throughout the years. Like my dad listened to the big 80s pop stuff and back in the day, a lot of metal, industrial, gothic industrial shit. He's a strange cookie, and my mom did the same kind of thing. But I would say early age, I think my biggest influence was Daft Punk for sure.
True.
Just because Discovery, their second album, that album, I used to have it on a Discman, a Walkman, then Discman, and
cool.
Discman was you can't turn it any other way because the CD would vibrate or whatever.
Yep.
So I'd just sit in my little bunk bed at my grandma's house and just listen to the album front to back over and over and over and over again,
So cool.
From a young age, I don't know if it plays a lot of influence, but I still respect him as an artist. But some of the pop from that era, like Michael Jackson, I really do think a lot of my music influence, I can't say it's as influential anymore, but I got back in 2014, 15, 16, 17, I was really, really into the rap scene and stuff like that.
Right.
And not I don't consider it good rap because it's X and Ski and Members Only, which is that group, and then I don't know, the really popular mainstream stuff. But that's kind of what got me into making it myself,
right?
Because it trap was so accessible, and so many people were making tutorials and introducing everyone to it, and that kind of really got me involved. But I think that era of music really got me hooked on it. I will say, and it is very cringy, but I will admit it, X is probably the main one that got me into that. Just because he started out doing the shit where everyone's oh my god, the really loud spotlight, moonlight. But if that album in particular has such diversity with it, he started to breach into punk rock and stuff like that before people fucking MGK, and he was forced out. But and also that is my least favorite artist I think of all time.
Oh, that was actually one of the questions we were gonna ask, is what your most hated, least favorite.
That and Falling in Reverse. Falling in Reverse is the okay, but we'll get back to that. We'll talk about that later. No, but that era of music for sure definitely was a big influence, and a lot of my personal taste now only came in the last 5 to 6 years. I would say 2019 forward, I started actually diversifying.
Hell yeah.
And that's where my influence comes from now, funk fusion, big of course Daft Punk, that's my biggest one. DJO, love DJO.
Oh
it's Joe, whatever. I call him DJO. Fuck
Joe.
Yeah, no, that is what it is.
I didn't realize.
Yeah, well, because his name's Joe Keery.
I get you.
Yeah.
It was DJO, baby.
DJO. But Post Animals, all them, that kind of stuff, Yeah, I don't know. I think my influence comes from a lot of places, but most of it is, parents, couple artists and now a lot of artists.
Yeah, what is your favorite genre of music to listen to and create?
That's tough. It changes all the time. I kind of went through like the grunge dad rock thing, like probably like this last month. I mean, and I'd been listening to that stuff for a long time now, but like that, I really got back into it, like Soundgarden, not as much Nirvana, just because they're overplayed and that sort of thing, but I still need to go back and deep dive them and stuff. And, but a lot of the grunge artists, whether big or small, I've just been kind of like jumping between those. Before that, it was, like a lot of the metal stuff, like early metal, like 80s, the early 90s, that kind of stuff. I think like Megadeth for a bit, but like I just am not technically mechanically inclined enough to be able to be that good at guitar or bass or anything. But I'm in the works with talking with some people that are, and really I love working with people that are instrumentally inclined, or at least more so than I am, just because that's my weak spot right now. I'm trying to get better with that. I think my favorite, it lies somewhere in between, like I don't want to say EDM. I love EDM, but like EDM and funk, so like funk fusion with other stuff. I love like soul and funk and like some blues influence, like bluesy stuff, but like a lot of electronic influence with it. Like kind of like I take a lot of inspiration from like vaporwave, like Home, one of my favorite artists of all time.
Fuck yeah.
And that kind of stuff. A lot of like indie for sure too. Like that's why I say funk fusion, because I really like the bounce that funk has. But like not specifically like your I'm trying to think like Earth, Wind and Fire, like September, like that
right, like
those guys
funk,
like not necessarily that in specific, you know. I still love them. Like I love like that sort of funk as well, just like pure heart and soul funk, but like funk fusion for sure. That's my favorite thing to make, I think. Heavy bass line, I love bass guitar, that sort of stuff. I'm trying to get better with it and all that.
Okay, we talked a little bit about it, but like least favorite then, like least favorite to listen to, least favorite to create, because I know you've messed with a couple different genres over the years. So
immediately, I mean, of course, as I said, like I really dislike MGK. I really dislike like Falling in Reverse. There's no genre inherently. If you would have asked me 5 years ago, I would have said country. I hated it. But honestly, after living in like Montana for a bit and everything, where that's huge, and like some other states like that, Alaska too, both of them, like I kind of got a little bit of love for it now. Not pop country. I don't like pop country.
Same.
But I do like your Johnny Cash style, like, like 60s kind of stuff. Like anything before, even some 80s, but like before 80s, pre-80s country, bluegrass, fantastic. That's another derivative of country, in my opinion, at least. I don't know if some music aficionados might be like, bluegrass and country aren't the same.
This guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
But I feel like they're similar. Bluegrass has a little more blues riffs, kind of like solos, that kind of stuff. But in general, I have a love for that now. I have a love for almost every type of music. It's just certain artists to me, they strike me as corny. I don't, and that's a kind of a, a little bit of a tangent, but I gripe with that myself. That's why I don't want to be, I want to take what I'm doing serious, but also it's hard to do that all the time.
Right.
So I try to strike a balance there where like some of my things mean a lot to me and have a lot of depth. Some of them are just things that come up in daily life,
Yeah, right.
Like that sort of stuff. But like some artists, I just feel like they're trying to take it serious, but they're just writing about the wrong things. Like Falling in Reverse. Fuck that band. I hate that band so much. They actually piss me off.
What's their worst song?
My life is like a video game. That fucking song. Yeah. That fucking song, dude. And like that is coworker music, okay? Falling in Reverse is coworker music. I have a coworker that listens to them, so I hear them almost every day I'm at work. Also, I love if you know who he is, Anthony Fantano. Yep. Okay, or like the Needle Drop, whatever. I watch him all the time. More specifically, his second channel, Anthony Fantano, because like the other one, Needle Drop, the one he started with, it's like music reviews or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, sure, I'll find recommendations from that, but like, I don't like the idea of putting music to like a number necessarily. So I don't take the number as serious. I take it more as is this album worth listening to?
Yeah, totally.
Either yes or no, you know, versus this is a 7, this is an 8, this is a strong 9, you know, like this is a weak 1, you know, like I don't care about that. That's why I like his other channel. And it's where I, you know, kind of really found out more about Falling in Reverse, because the lead singer of them is beefing with him for no reason. And he's just like, he's going after Anthony Fantano for just shit that he shouldn't be. Like, I'm pretty sure if I remember right, he's either married or dating a black lady. And the Falling in Reverse guy is like, how did you ever get a black lady or something? And it's like, dude.
So funny. God.
It just deserve her. Every time I hear him talk, it makes me want to facepalm, dude. It just like it hurts, honestly.
Fair.
I don't know. I don't want to hate too hard because I don't know that much about them besides that I don't like their music.
Yeah.
So
have you ever made a genre that you were like, ooh?
I think nowadays it's definitely least favorite to create from personal experience is definitely like the trap stuff. That when I used to make money off of it, that was the worst time in my music career, I would say, because I was selling beats, you know, I was just like, you know, prod.claybit, you know, like every single other YouTube 14-year-old Atlanta producer kind of shit. And as soon as that became overwhelming, where I was actually I was making pretty okay money for it. Like it was like a part-time job for a bit. But for one, the people I was working with were just yet again corny.
Yep.
And like it was just a bunch of white kids that were trying to be like Lil Baby and stuff like that, who I already don't like.
Yep. Right.
Or at least I don't like that type of music anymore. I think I did at one point, but it just didn't feel right, if that makes sense.
Totally,
you know?
Totally.
Like people, I would give them things and they'd be like, actually, I want this in specific. You know, they'd give me a song and be like, make something almost exactly like this. And I was like, well, okay, the creativity's gone. Yeah, you know, I'm just making a type beat. And not to say type beats are bad. I think there's a reason they exist, but like, God, I like making. I got really into like the really aggressive like kind of trap stuff, like the shit that, you know,
the ear bursting.
That kind of stuff, because that was the stuff where I was like, I like this. You know, I still like that stuff. I don't listen to it as much anymore, but like that was the stuff that really got me back into it again. You know, so I don't know. That's probably my least favorite. Was the typical type beat, trap beat kind of stuff.
So awesome. Claybit on the beat, dude.
Claybit on the beat.
This is not the next question, but I just thought of it. Have you ever seen an artist or a band in person and that changed your mind about them, whether good or bad?
Ooh, actually, I remember one that we talked about 2 years ago at Kilby.
What was it?
It's what's his name? Something Girl or something like that.
It was
TV Girl.
TV Girl.
I saw TV Girl, and right after seeing them, I removed every song I had from
that was the corniest shit, dude.
Yeah. It was so bad. It was so fucking bad.
He did a Ford ad. I know on stage.
I was like, bro.
He was like,
I don't care.
Hey, if you guys haven't heard of this, you should buy the new. And I'm giving him a southern accent. I shouldn't be, because he was wearing a cowboy hat, but he was clearly not like a cowboy. And he was up on stage like, I just got the new Ford F-150, and you should too. And dude, we were just rolling our eyes. We were just like,
reliable, but it's American, goddamn.
Oh my God, dude.
And then the USA.
Oh
USA.
God.
USA. Yes. I was having heat stroke at the time, so everybody started going to TV Girl, and I was like, I'm gonna go sit in the car for about an hour, and everybody showed up to the car at the same time. We're all just like, what the fuck, bro? That was terrible.
Even
I
was like, I'm done. I'm done. No.
Even the people in the crowd were like just annoying.
They were just like, what is happening?
Yeah.
What is going? What? Well, sing, bro. Like, what are you
play
doing?
your music.
Yeah,
please.
God. I know some people get really upset with like snaking up in crowds and stuff, but like I bring my energy wherever I go, and that like usually people end up happy that I am there and that we are there. That's the thing. I need a group with me to be that energetic.
Totally.
But yeah, and excuse me, some people don't like that, so you snake up through the crowd and stuff.
I snaked up with you
when we were doing it. Sam and I were going up there because Sam really liked TV Girl, and we were trying to get up towards the front. and there was this guy. There were 2 girls, and I think the guy was with them.
Yeah,
that were like, "Shit, what are you doing? Yeah. Quit getting up! Why are you cutting the line?" And
a line?
And we weren't. I just didn't look at him. But then this dude came and got right up in our face, right in front. He was like trying to block us. He was like, doing the like stance up lap spread. And I was like, if you want a fight, you're not gonna get one.
Yeah.
Immediately he backed off. Because that's what he wants. That's what they want. Don't feed into it,
I just want to fight. We're confident fight.
Yeah.
Let's go confirm I want to fight him. We're going to fight. No. It's like that one scene in Smiling Friends. You did it again. Threw away the one person who cared about you. He's got a picture of you.
Yeah.
I want to fight him so bad.
It was so funny. And like that whole experience, like the people that TV Girl brought up as not up on stage, but like the audience was different from the rest of the other bands that we had seen.
Yeah, low-key, they were annoying as hell too, because there's some people who bought tickets just for that.
It's insane.
Because it's a TikTok song.
It was a TikTok artist.
Oh yeah, and then literally when they came up and they weren't in front row, they were just like, "What the hell?"
Yeah,
and it's like, oh my god.
How about you just get in front of us?
Enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
Fuck. God.
Well, and I'm not hating on like TikTok artists either. I think that's a great way to grow.
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
I don't think I'll ever do it just because like I don't like the audience that it brings, like the whole stan culture.
That's true.
Like, like especially like, oh my god, dude, this is gonna get you guys in trouble, but like K-pop stans, they brutalize anyone that does not agree with them.
That's true.
I saw a video the other day of I can't remember her name. I think she worked on K-pop Demon Hunters. Okay, like one of the main artists basically that did a lot of it.
Yeah.
She was doing her set on stage, and there's like all these K-pop artists to the left and everything. They like all like are like, so once she starts, they're all sitting down, like listening and stuff. Every time she starts doing a set, they get up and they like start forcefully dancing and shit.
What the fuck?
And like I was like, this looks weird. And I went to the comments, and everyone was saying like, I feel so bad for all the other artists who are forced to dance just because they're scared of fans coming after them for not dancing.
Right. Oh.
It's that kind of audience that like supports K-pop, and like I'm not a K-pop hater. I think some of it's good.
Same.
I haven't like deep dived into that genre, honestly, or deep dove, whatever. But like, I think it's an interesting genre, and I think like the perfectionist nature of it is really interesting. Like, and not interesting as in like, this is interesting, but like, yeah, but like I like it. It's not my personal style necessarily, but like I do like some of the stuff that comes out of it. Like K-pop Demon Hunters was a good movie.
Oh yeah.
There's parts where I'm like, but like, as is that. Same thing with like, modern Pixar and all that.
Yeah,
like,
totally. Every movie like that, you're gonna have that one part where you're like, okay, can we just move past this part real quick, just a second here? Yeah, I agree.
I just think like in general though, like K-pop stands, like the fan base is what ruins it. Same thing as like like games and shit too. Like Five Nights at Freddy's fan base.
Oh, don't get me started on the Friday Night Funkin' fan base. I've had this spiel with Sam before. Fuck all y'all. For real. No, for real.
We beefing today.
Fucking love that game, and everybody in that game. Okay, I'm going to go on a side tangent here because it kind of relates to the K-pop stuff. They released an update for Friday Night, which they do like literally once a year because it takes them so long to perfect and get everything right. I remember that. And it was a collab with a K-pop artist group. Okay. It's about 5 girls. I don't remember what they're called. It's like Le something or another.
Okay.
Song is not the best. It's not my favorite song of all time, but it's not bad, and it feels like it matches the game. They had like full-blown animated cutscenes in it. It's got all these effects. The actual people who are in the band are in the level itself. Like they literally animated all 5 members in the match or in the level, and everybody was freaking out because it was like, you guys sold out. Game is still free. It dropped for free. It's a whole new song. Like they put all this effort into a new update, and everyone was like, sold out, man. Also, they're currently working on like their next huge update, like their big new level or whatever, and we're still waiting on it. But they dropped like a cute little thing for us for free because they're working on the big update, and they went, hey, it's been a while since we dropped something. Let's drop a cute little collab. And everyone online was just fucking pissed, bro. Like, how fucking could they? Where is week 8? Come on, just make the big thing already. Why are we adding fucking K-pop? Like,
it's so annoying.
Just be happy you got something. The game is free.
Yeah,
a free game with a free update. Be happy. Like,
it's like a passion project. Like, why are they? I will never understand that. I mean, to be fair, a lot of people probably just don't dive into it to the level that you have. They're like surface level, right, to the extent of like, this is content. I'm not getting the content I want.
Where's the one thing, the one single thing I want? The one thing.
It's like hate mob stuff, like flash mob kind of thing, where like they just show up, and because they have power in numbers, they see other people that agree with them that are equally uneducated towards, and I don't mean uneducated as in general, like they probably got through high school. They probably, maybe they're in college,
adults,
whatever. Yeah, but like, I mean, uneducated towards like the developers, the game, the purpose of the game, like why they're making it, that sort of stuff. And they just hate because a lot of other people agree with them and that they want to hate together.
Totally, 100%.
So you know what? Whatever brings people together, even if it's hate, whatever. Man. Okay, no, not if it's because of hate.
Beautiful hate community. Especially if we hate a large group of people. Yeah. I'm talking millions of people Asia Pacific. God, we need to group up and just like hate them all together. Maybe we get enough people, we can make a movement. You know, we can do something about it.
1950s were really good years.
Yes, nothing bad ever happened in that time period. Oh my God.
Next question, please.
Sam's like, we should have that out.
All right. Next question is, so when you're making music, are you someone who can just sit down and get to work, or do you need a certain like mindset to get things done? Because I know you've talked about how like you really like doing it when you're in like a flow state.
That's a tough one because it's inconsistent. That's where my inconsistency comes from. Actually, it stems from that exactly. It's, yes, the flow state is where I get everything done, but I mean, I can't like, there's no specific thing that gets me there. It's if I'm working on the right project and if I'm in the right headspace and I have the time, nothing interrupts me, you know, because that's another thing too. Like, not to say it's a bad thing. Like I'm, you know, we have a big friend group. A lot of people are like always like, hey, you know,
totally.
Let alone like, you know, the girlfriend and stuff like that now and all that, like that, all that shit gets in the way, you know, like in the way as it, in the way, so I mean, relate to that, but
I can't relate. Yes.
But I don't say that as in like a bad thing. Like I equally enjoy that stuff, but like that's definitely like, you know, it's natural interruptions, you know. And for me personally, it's really hard to come back to a project after I start it because a lot of times I won't be in the same headspace. I won't be ready yet to dive back into the same thing. Like, because for me, it's the lyrical process that's the hardest, and that's usually where I get stuck. And making music is all about breaching through walls, being creative in a way that you haven't thought of yet, and finding, a lot of times it's accidents. I'll stumble upon something and that'll break through that wall, and then I can move for like freely up until either I finish it or I come to another wall where I have the same thing.
Yeah, totally.
So inconsistent for sure. Like with that, I think I have not found a way yet to like guarantee that I can finish a song, if that makes sense. If I push myself too hard, I won't be happy with it.
Right.
So a lot of times I'll get everything done in one session, and that's kind of how I do it.
Wait, but do you start by just like, are you just like in the mood to make a song and then you sit down and you start, or
if I have,
is it kind of just sometimes it happens?
Sometimes it happens.
Okay.
I don't go into it expecting that I'm going to finish something.
Okay.
Right.
It's purely, the enjoyment for me comes out of that initial stage, and then later on, like once I start feeling like it's going to be a grandiose project, like it's something I can work on like that, that's equally enthralling for sure.
Oh, definitely. Right.
And that reinvigorates it for me, but like that in between stage where you're stuck is what pushes me away from a project, you know?
Right.
And a lot of times I will admit, like, I am no perfectionist. I like to have it feel raw. Like I'm a bedroom producer through and through, you know? I really like when I get past that middle stage and can finish something.
Totally.
To like add all of those final steps and be like, this could use more. I have an idea now. And a lot of times what'll happen is like, so once they're, you know, at the final stages, I don't know about you, like how long does it take you guys to export a video? Like when it's like, is it hours? Is it like...
Well, okay, so like the process that we do is like, first we edit the whole video down to its bare essentials, which is just the parts that we think should be in the video, you know, just cutting. And then we have a notepad up, so throughout it, if we go, oh, we should put an edit here, it's like timestamp, come back to it later. Unless the edit's really fast, of course, you can just do it real quick. But then like once the video is fully cut down, I will not touch the project until Sam is available to watch it with me, because then what we'll do is I'll screen share, he'll watch with me, and then I'll go, hang on, I need to add an edit here. You know, if Sam has a thought, if he wants a part removed out, if I had a question about a spot, I always have like Sam can kind of back me up on something. And so like we watch all of our videos through probably 3 or 4 times each, like before it's ready for upload. So like like I don't know, couple hours, 12 hours maybe.
I think and that collaborative process I think really helps me with like finishing projects, because like that's the thing, a lot of times you just need a second set of ears, eyes, whatever, to like, you know, hear or see it, and that'll, like, for example, the other day when I was working on the one that I showed you the other day, that really long one, Nick helped me a ton with that, not because he knows how to, but he was just like, what if you did this? And like we bounced off each other and stuff, and it really did help, you know. But at the same time, I struggle to get in that flow state unless if I'm alone a lot of times. So like usually when I'm adding things, doing all this stuff, I'll ask questions or I'll send the rough projects to like whoever I'm working on it with. But my adjustments and my sound comes from me alone, you know. So when it comes to all that, though, the reason I ask that is because whenever I'm exporting nowadays, with how big they get, it takes me 30 minutes to export the project every time. So, and usually I won't hear something wrong with it until I export it, listen to it on different devices, come back, you know? And then I have to export it again, 30 minutes. And then sometimes that takes me hours just because I'm exporting it over and over again.
We have that too. Sometimes when a video is done before it goes out, you know, we'll go get lunch or something and be like, we should watch that video again. And then we'll watch it downstairs on the speakers and stuff like that. And it'll be like, oh, we disappear for half a frame here. Or like, oh, this part was entirely gone. Like, for example, I think it was Zelda 3. There was a part where it zooms in on a character that like teleports away.
And there's subtitles that say, okay, bye. But like, there's no audio.
No audio.
For the like 2 seconds. And it's like, okay,
so we were downstairs and we were watching and everything was cool. And that part happened when we went, fuck.
We
go back upstairs, make the quickest, just, okay, it's fixed, and now export for 30 minutes. Like, redo the whole thing again. I think the worst thing about that shit is like, you have to redo all the details again, you know what I mean? So like there's a quick reuse details button, so you can do the same name, the same description, but you still have to like make sure it's in the proper playlist, it's scheduled for the right time, you need to make sure that the tags are properly like put in, you know. So 1 2-second bit that had an error was an hour fix, which is
that's
really
so annoying,
so fun.
I hate that. I feel that too, because I remember when I was watching you guys edit that one time when you were working on the Friday the 13th video. You had to pull everything off to the side, like in the timeline.
So fun.
I have the same problem because a lot of times the way it works, so like when I'm automating something in like FL Studio and everything, for whatever reason, and I mean, part of it's because of FL Studio used to have some glitches. Part of it was because I didn't acquire it through the best means back in the day. I have now.
For free.
I have now. Okay. But that is how I started. I didn't have the money. I was like, you know, 13, 14. I usually, my automation thing, basically it's the same way, like if you're like changing audio, you know, throughout your projects in Premiere or whatever. For me, those automation things stretch the entire song, right? So I have to move that automation throughout that one bar, if that makes sense, and I have to do the same thing, pull it apart and then recombine, do all like it's a whole process. It's daunting, honestly, because like it's easy to fuck it up too and then it's just not the same again, because I'm not someone, I don't have perfect pitch, I don't have anything like that where I can just hear something and be like, that is an A sharp or like that is a diminished 7 minor, 7th minor, you know, or whatever the fuck, you know. Like I'm not that musically inclined where I'm not classically trained, let me rephrase. So whenever that happens, it's annoying and it ruins the fun for me, you know. So like usually the times that I enjoy it the most are when it's seamless, you know. It's like I do it all in one session, boom, you know. So
I feel that. I feel like that is the best way to bang out a project, definitely. It's just kind of like sit down, start, and like, you know, if you get it done in one day, thank God. Like, because I always get that daunting feeling too. Like, ScreenSavers, I don't really get it that much because, you know, we're on a schedule. I need to get shit done, and like Sam is usually pretty available, so like I can get it done. But like, for example, like we recorded a peak video last September, and I have been editing that video over the span of like months, but that's just because every single time I start editing, I'd be like, oh, what the fuck do I do here? And then I just stop, and like, it's done now, but it only took me since September to get it done. So I totally get that. Like, having that project you keep coming back to, it hurts. And
I have so many,
and I'm just like, ugh,
dude. There's probably, it's over 20.
Jeez.
And I mean, some of them range from like 20% done to like 95% done, you know?
Totally.
It's just like adding that final step where I'm like, this is done. It's ready. You know, that's the hardest part.
Right. And then, of course, with any project, you have like it's done, it's ready, export, upload. Yes, it's done. And then like 2 weeks later, you're like, fuck, dude, I should have done this. I could have done that.
Oh,
why
the
fuck didn't I do this? God damn it. Yes.
Yeah, if I could change anything about one video, it'd be mortuary assistant and change the jump scare, because I rushed that and it did not go how I wanted it to. But
oh yeah, I remember exactly what you're talking about.
You can't even tell unless you slow it down, which I don't know.
Yeah,
I fucked it up, but
there's a thumbnail or a jump scare that's like extremely fast, and we definitely should have emphasized it better in the time. But yeah, I mean, you got that whole video in one night, so I don't blame you. And that video is like one of my favorites too, so you still did a really good job on it. Okay, a little bit of a derailment question, but we asked Jake this and we thought it was a fun question. Who's your favorite YouTuber?
Also very tough. I think most of my, like, the most watch time out of anyone has to be Markiplier, for sure.
Big.
But I'm trying to think, like, who I watch the most, like, repeatedly now.
Yeah.
Can you name like 3 people you watch consistently?
Moist
Critical, yeah. I haven't been watching as much Markiplier lately, just because like Let's Plays and stuff haven't really been up my alley as of late.
Right.
Besides you guys, besides Screensavers. Yay! But also maybe that's part of it. Maybe I get my fill from that.
Yeah,
you know?
true. That's fair.
Yeah. So I'm going to say I do watch a lot of like the documentary style stuff, whether it's, you know, lesser scale or not. So like I've been watching a lot of like Turkey Tom lately. I love Turkey Tom. Anthony Fantano, of course. Trying to think. I've kind of like, I don't know. I feel like my feed right now is kind of boomer-esque because it's like, I don't know. I keep getting like science videos and shit like that and like all these things. Yeah, I feel like an intellectual whenever I go into my, you know, my feed and stuff. I loved Sam O'Nella. I wish he still posted.
For real.
So good. Sam O'Nella was like one of my favorites back in the day. Oversimplified's really good. Like he does like all the history stuff. Very Sam O'Nella-esque, but you know, different. That kind of stuff. I don't know if I have a defined favorite, but I think I would have to say Markiplier.
Yeah. Same.
What game would you want to see us play at some point?
Trying to think. Because I mean, I would want to pick one, like, of course, some story-based game where, like, it actually, like, has, like, a really, like, what's the company? The ones that made, like, Beyond Two Souls and all those. Fuck. And they made Heavy Rain or whatever.
Yeah, Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, Detroit Become Human.
What is that company?
I don't remember the company name either.
Beyond Two Souls is one of my favorite story games of all time.
I've never played it.
I thought you said you did. Mm-mm. Well, I know Sam hasn't either, so you guys should definitely do that.
Red. Yeah, I've played half of Heavy Rain. I've been all of Detroit Become Human. I've never seen or played Beyond Two Souls. I own it, but
dude, it's so good. And the voice cast, like Willem Dafoe, is fantastic. He's one of the main characters.
Cool.
Dude,
cool. Wait, it's for real?
Yes.
That's crazy.
He's like the main doctor in the game, or like the main like psychotherapist or whatever. No, but that game's phenomenal, and it's not long. If I remember right, it's like 8 hours or something like that.
True, that's not bad. We can definitely do that.
It's so good, dude. I love that game.
Dream?
That's what they're called, Quantic Dream. Yeah, Quantic Dream.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I did not remember it being named that, but also, I think I really like it when you guys play just like disjointed, strange games and stuff like that. That's the kind of shit. Like I don't know, like
Ice Age Wii.
Yeah,
man.
When like back in the day, Sam and I used to just look for horror games, like multiplayer horror games on Steam. Just the worst like slop kind of shit.
Oh yeah,
I love that stuff. That's the kind of shit where that's another YouTuber. I'm trying to remember his name now. Oh wow, why am I forgetting? Oh, I'll come back to you with it. I could probably remember it in a little bit, but Vludo.
Okay.
So funny. I love that dude. He does ham it up a little bit, but like who doesn't? I guess,
true.
you know.
That's what you gotta do.
Yeah, but he just plays like horror games and shit, like whether it's like FNAF fan games or like, you know, I'm trying to remember what else. What were those the like one-off story ones where they're kind of like 8-bit, not 8-bit, but like 32-bit, like old PS1 style. They're story based, like all the YouTubers, but the Firewatch Tower one,
Fears to Fathom.
Mm-hmm. He played those. I love like just random horror games. I'll go and watch that every once in a while, and I mean random, like just like find some weird shit, you know?
Yeah, totally.
That kind of stuff. I love that. I don't know. I think like anything along those lines would be great, but also like the story games. Yeah, I think it'd be good. I like watching that kind of stuff still. Like I have a, you know, the weak spot for it and everything.
What was the creative process of making like the ScreenSavers outro? Like, did you have kind of an inspiration and thought? I don't even remember what I told you. You guys were kind of
there for it.
I remember being in the room when you made it, but I don't remember exactly what we really told you besides just it should feel like, I don't know, like...
I already had the frame for it, if that makes sense, like just the kind of bass stuff, and then when you guys were there, I laid down the bass line and everything, and then you know, I just felt like that one fit your guys' aesthetic the best. I already had it totally. If you guys wouldn't have used it, I liked that one already, so I was gonna do something with it. And it just kind of worked out, you know. It just is one of those ones where like I woke up and I was like, I already have this, and I told them I'd make it, so I did it. You know, I did the whole thing in one kind of like not one setting. Like I did it in 3 different sessions. Like the first one where I got the frame, second one where I did the bass line with when you guys were there on the speakers, and then the third one where I recorded the whole thing. Right.
Which one did you like making more, the original one or the ScreenSavers one?
I think the original one flowed easier, but also the second one was more fun to make.
When you sent me that shit, I was giggling.
That one's a little more
shit. It's so fun. That song is so fun.
No, and that one's a little more rough around the edges because I did it so fast and everything. That was a 1-session one. Like I did that like, you know, but like you know, I like that it's rough around the edges. I did it fast and it was just fun to make, you know. Totally. I didn't think about the lyrics too much. I just did whatever felt right.
I remember I was singing it one time and you were like, "What are you singing?" And I was like, "Your song?" You were like, "I don't even remember the lyrics." To be honest,
dude, I freestyled the whole thing. I didn't write anything down.
Honestly, what I love about the outro is it's so catchy.
It is.
Like I'll be in my head like like just humming it.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm like, fuck, I really don't want to go to work today, I'll put it on my drive to work and I'm like, go home edit.
Inspirational. Cheesecake.
Cheesecake. I love cheesecake. Cheesecake's so good in my mouth. Cheesecake. I love cheesecake.
How you keep your pants up? Bell.
Yeah. How do you keep your pants up during your performances?
Bell. Thank you, Mr. Scott.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Do you want to walk us through any of your like completed songs you have, and like kind of what inspired it, what like, you know, was the idea, and then how it was created? Because I know like you were saying like you hit the walls and then the walls you're like, nope, next, like start a new one. But you have had songs that you've gotten to those walls and you've fully completed, such as My Car's Falling Apart. I fucking love that song.
I had no walls with that one. That was a 1 session.
Yeah, you were just like, it's working, it's happening, it's going, it's done. Like,
well, I guess, okay, that one I did do in a 2 session actually, because I have a video, because sometimes like I commute to school and everything. Not right now, I'm taking a gap semester, but like when I commute, it's 45 miles of me and my thoughts and music, you know. So sometimes I'll just like I play it, export it to hear it in my car, because that's one thing that I very much recommend to anyone who does music is listen to your stuff on different sound devices.
Definitely, right.
Use the most accurate one you have to make it, and then listen to it on a Bluetooth speaker, earbuds, all the things that you can, because that's the best way to get like an over-encompassing grasp on your song to see if it works on everything. But I have a video, like a clip on just in my like Snapchat memories or whatever, where I was just like freestyling over the beat for, you know, My Car's Falling Apart or whatever, in my car that is falling apart.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it's a bit different. Like it's a different there's a part in it, or at least what I'm recording over in that, like with the rough take, it's a different melody and stuff, and then I got rid of that, scrapped it, put in the one that's in the final version and stuff. So sometimes it's interesting to hear the old stuff like that, but I think I'm trying to think, because the ones that I have posted, I don't think I hit walls with any of those. That's the thing. They're all like, I just kind of like threw them up. They're like, they were ready, you know? I'm really trying to think, because I think all of those ones were just kind of like perfect storm kind of thing, you know? Yeah. And not all of them are perfect. Some of them are rougher than others and that sort of thing, but that's what I like. I like the variety and that sort of thing. And that's what I worry about with the stuff where I do hit the walls, is that the polish is going to be too much, like, because I've been sitting on them so long, or that they're just not up to par with some of the other stuff.
Right, totally.
I think my process generally is pretty seamless. At least with everything I've posted. So, but yeah, with I think the one to answer your question, working through it, I think my car's falling apart. That one, my car sucks. So that's what I wrote about. Yeah, that's literally one of the ones where it was more of a silly thing, you know, like rather than a serious one and stuff. That one was a lot of fun to make, just because like I didn't, you know, I wasn't like holding myself up to here or anything like that. It was just kind of like, this sounds cool, I'm gonna do this, layer a couple vocals on top of each other. That's a little bit of an understatement, but like
a couple thousand.
Yeah, 1,000. No,
track is bigger.
It's like, yeah, you have to like scroll through it now. But yeah, it's relatively simple, and you know, it's just fun to make, you know.
Hell yeah.
That's the kind of stuff that I like doing, I think, personally.
I really like that song, so yeah, fucking I like just it's cool having like a thought and a project in mind based on just something in your life, you know what I mean? Like whether it's a memory or like something you're currently dealing with, like I don't know, I like the origin of that song so much that I think it means more as a song, and that's why it always sticks out to me when it comes to your music. It's just like, I don't know, not only does it have a meaning, but it's like a one that I think a lot of people can relate to. I fucking hate my car. My car is still doing that thing where it thinks there's a trailer hooked up, and so it goes, hey, turn on your trailer brake system,
constantly
and it goes,
beeping.
Wait, you don't have a trailer? So yeah, so it's ding 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 all the time, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, kill me. I think one thing that I've wanted to divert into though as well is like, I don't necessarily always have things going on, and back when I used to do like the really loud trap stuff and all that, like when I did it for myself, back when I was a little SoundCloud rapper, I used to like write about just anything, like other stories, like people that don't exist, people that do, using people as examples. You know, it doesn't always have to be about yourself, you know?
True.
And I kind of want to get back into that, because like you know, that opens up all the breaches for writing, you know, like you can do anything. So
totally.
Yeah. The next question, I feel like we almost were getting into this, is what is your end goal for your music career?
I don't have one. There is no end goal. I like that answer. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever hit a point where okay, you know, I'll reiterate, Daft Punk is one of my, you know, all-time artists. They got to a point where they were like, there's nothing more to write about, you know, and a lot of artists get to that, but like, I don't know, I have so much passion for it that of course I'm going to share stuff, even if it's not up to par with some of the things that I feel like are more important or better or whatever. Yeah, I'm always going to post stuff. I'm always going to write stuff, whether I sit on it for myself, ultimately, not in a selfish way or egotistical way, but I do write them for myself. Yeah, you know, like I have so many that I've been sitting on that I just listen to personally, and the way that I do that, like, one thing, okay, this is another tip for like anyone that like wants to do music. If you hate the sound of your own voice, pitch it down. Pitch like your whole project down, like, and then see how you like it in a different key where it doesn't sound like you anymore. That's what I do a lot of times, because it kind of you form a bit of a disconnect from it where it almost feels like someone else made it. Yeah. And at least me personally. And, you know, that really helps me get a better perspective on it. Like, can I listen to this? You know, like, is this something that I would listen to personally? You know, because I mean, when you're making something, I'm sure, like, especially when you catch lightning in a bottle, you're going to be like, this is so good. But then you hear it 20 times or you see it 20 times and you're like, yeah. So like striking a balance there is good. And I think that's one way that I get through that mental block of, I hate my own voice, you know? Yeah, totally. So, I don't know. I think that's, anyways, I'm going to circle back to the question. I do not have an end goal. Hell yeah. I have goals. I don't have an end goal. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I feel the same way with like ScreenSavers to an extent, because the end goal isn't really an end goal. It's more like a passive goal, I guess to say, which for me is like,
whether ScreenSavers is successful, whether I'm making money, whether YouTube ever becomes my career fully, whatever fate may take me, at least I have like something to look back on. You know, it's like, it is just a memory stayed in time forever. Like, I can look back when I'm super old. I can show my kids maybe, you know, like whatever happens in the future, I know that ScreenSavers will still exist. And like, you know, that is enough for me, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, and that's not an end goal. It's just, you know, a goal of mine that continues to happen every time I make a video.
For sure.
So I totally feel that. An end goal is like, I don't know. I don't think anybody really has an end goal with a lot of their shit. My end goal, to die happy.
Yeah.
That's my end goal.
Yeah. I just think, like, for me personally, none of my music is conclusive. Like, I could write a part 2. I could re-release it in a certain way if I feel like something's better. I don't have any of that, like, I don't want to conclude anything, you know? The only conclusive nature of, like, the stuff that I put out is that I'm posting it.
Yeah.
Because I can't change it once it's posted,
right,
you know?
Right.
But sometimes that's also important because it shows you a benchmark as to where you're at that point in time.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah.
For both of you, but like, so you don't like hearing the sound of your own voice. Do you always pitch it down then for all your songs?
No. It varies. It depends on like the mood, the tone, and I know those are kind of like they overlap with each other, but like it really just depends. Some songs I hear it with, you know, just my unaltered voice and I'm like, cool, you know, like that's all right. I can deal with that. But I do like that's a way that I've broken through walls in the past to kind of circle back to that is by pitching it down because it gives it a whole different feel.
Totally.
Like a lot of songs, I saw a video on this. I think it was Charlie Puth talking about it. The guy that made When I See You Again. Yeah. So, and he's actually a really talented musician, but like some of his songs just
they're a little cheesy.
Yeah. Well, and also they just get overplayed and stuff.
Totally.
But he is really talented, and I've seen a few of his things, and he was specifically talking about how like things in the 80s, 90s, back when they still recorded on tape, you know, or like, you know, it's not vinyl, but it's like tape vinyl, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
They would pitch it up after the song finished because music is tuned, right? You tune your guitar.
Yep.
You play. Usually it's at 440 hertz. That's like what you tune your things to. In essence, though, what they used to do to give it like that kind of like I don't even know how to describe it. Think of Everyone Wants to Rule the World, right? You guys know that song, right?
100%.
That song is pitched up quite a bit. Because it gives it like that like nostalgic like kind of not even just because it's from the 80s but like even like we didn't grow up in the 80s but to me that song is nostalgic. It's designed to do that. Like they pitched it up to give it more of like this like dreamy feeling.
Totally. That's interesting.
So like I don't know, I think like certain things you can do musically just kind of give it that feel, and that's what for me pitching down, I like the timbre of my voice better when it's in that I guess key, even though it's in a different key every time, but when I pitch it down, you know, and it's not usually pitched down by a lot, but it kind of gives it a different feeling, you know, and that's what I look for. I look to breach the normality of it, you know, to find something unique out of, you know, something as common as like my voice and stuff like that.
Right.
So,
Totally. To answer the question for me, like, honestly, I just have been editing my own voice for so long now. I don't care anymore. Like, I don't mind. Yes. Like,
you just hear after so long of hearing it, you're just like, it's me. Normal. Yeah. It just becomes normal to you. Instead of being like, that's what I sound like.
I remember
that's what I sound like.
When we were editing the first Zelda video, we're like, is that my mic doing that? And I was like, what? And you're like, I don't know. Do I sound like that? And I was like, yes. Like, I had the same shit when I started first recording. That is you right there. Like, I don't know. So yeah, I don't mind at all anymore. It used to be a big thing, and I never really had like a pitch down or a pitch up, whatever it may be, like a solution for it. It purely was just kind of like, well, fuck it, drop it. You know, like, I sound like a loser in this video, but
I just think like the big difference there though too is that like singing versus talking, you know,
completely different.
Because tone, like I am not a talented vocalist. I use my tools at my whim to make myself better. Like I'm okay now because I've been doing it for a while, but like, you know, I'm by no means like perfect pitch. As I said, I'm by no means like, you know, I would never go on stage raw and like just start like belting out shit, you know, like it would not be good, you know, for me personally, whether it's I'm nervous, whether it's, you know, voice is varying day to day, you know.
Totally.
So like in terms of singing and that sort of thing, I like how I sound when I alter it a little bit. You know, I keep it very raw. Like I'm not drenching it in reverb and like I don't sound like Travis Scott when I'm doing my shit. You know, like it's not like or like T-Pain or some shit. But like, you know, I keep it raw but altered, if that makes sense.
Totally.
You know,
and I think that makes a lot of sense for just the genre and everything. Like music, I think messing with the voice is definitely like a big pivotal point of a song, like you were saying, like I feel a vibe. Or like videos, it's just kind of like that's what I sound like. I don't need to mess with it, you know.
Exactly.
So completely different. I agree. Out of all of your songs that you've like fully completed and uploaded, what was like the hardest one you'd say?
That's tough. That's really tough. Because like I said, all of the ones that I have up are like pretty simple, you know. They're not simple, but like, you know,
right. It just was easy to make. Like everything felt right.
Self-destruct 100% because it's so different from everything else that I've made.
Okay.
It's like the most acoustic one that I have, and like with how much distortion is there and everything, like for one, like I said, I'm not a great instrumentalist, and that's like all instruments with the production. It's all like pretty, it's like, you know, I live recorded most of it.
Right.
So like post-processing all of it, making it all mesh together, that took a long time. But I am really proud of that one. That one's like very different from my other stuff, which is what I wanted with it.
Totally.
So I would say that's probably the one that I spent the most time on.
Hell yeah.
If you could go back and change anything about one song, what would it be?
As I said, I struggle with hearing my own voice and like being confident with it. So a lot of times I mix the voice or like my vocals too quiet.
Yeah.
So it's kind of encompassing with most of my stuff, or like over encompassing, I guess, like an overlap, but I wish I could turn my vocals up louder so they sit up on top rather than mix in with everything, you know?
Totally.
Because I definitely, like the way Nick described it to me is I make headphone music, which I agree for sure, because that's how I make it. That's where I primarily do everything.
Yeah.
But when you hear it on speakers, it's hard to make out like some of the stuff that I'm saying and that sort of thing, which not to say that's at the forefront. I focus more of the production aspect. Yeah. But if I were to change it, that's what I would do. I want to be more confident with mixing my vocals on top of everything.
What is your favorite song you've created so far?
It's not out yet.
Ooh,
I like that. Ooh.
That's exciting.
I was like, that's. I like.
Is it the one you're working on? The one that we just talked about?
It's either that one or a couple others, but yeah.
Oh,
all the stuff that I'm the happiest with is not out yet.
Rad.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
Out of the ones that are out, probably the Alone Too Long one. That one was really fun to make, and you know, it's kind of where I'm at currently. Besides the vocals being a little too quiet.
Yeah.
But yeah, the stuff that's coming later is the stuff that I'm very happy with.
Hell yeah. Great answer. Okay. A little bit of derailment, but we need to get it out of the way. We need to clear the air. What are your thoughts on Hot Ones, like the YouTube channel?
I like Hot Ones.
Yeah. You like Hot Ones?
Yeah.
You like Hot Ones?
I like Hot Ones.
Ooh.
Hot Ones?
Why though? I don't really...
What am I walking into right now?
You're not walking into anything right now. Like, we've told you the story about how they messaged us stuff.
We just don't like them, you know.
I don't know if we can keep this part in. We've talked about this before in a separate video.
We'll see, but
they emailed us, right? And they wanted us on. And me and Sam were like, oh yeah, definitely. Like, why the fuck wouldn't we? That's amazing. And so we emailed back and we're like, yo, when? And then they just ghosted us. Like, they just didn't message back. So like, just don't like them.
They did what?
Yeah, I know, right? Listen, we try to act like we're nonchalant about it, but it's come on, man, that would have been huge. It would have been like the start off.
It would have
fucking screensavers, bro.
Everything up.
Yeah, literally. Like, who knows where we could have been right now? I'm sorry. I know. Well, that's how we felt too.
How old do you have to be to buy a gun?
I don't know. Okay, good. Well, hey,
hey, no, not good. Okay.
Terrible.
Move on, or I'm gonna start getting really upset.
No. Hey, last question.
Right, okay.
Here you go. Do you want to say it?
Yes, I will say
it. Yeah, let's just wrap this up now. I don't want to try
before we get too heated.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
What do you have planned for the future? Quite the transition, but very
sorry, I'm still
question.
Full of rage.
No, you're
completely fair.
My vision's widening now. It got really tunnel vision.
Need a second to.
I really want to drop an album for sure. I don't think it's going to be what I want it to be. It's not going to be like I've always wanted to do a cohesive project where it just like every song runs in perfectly with each other and it's a perfect loop as well. Yeah. I love that kind of stuff, but I just don't think I'm there yet. I think that needs to be more like a sophomore album, junior album, you know, like something later on.
Yeah.
But I just want to get out a lot of the stuff that I've been sitting on all at once. I think that's kind of what I've been like leaning towards for a long time now. Even if it's like a demos kind of album where like I don't get everything done, but it's just there so people can hear it. That's what I want. I think that's like, and I'm nearing it. I've been saying that since the beginning of this like last summer and everything, but like it's close. I just need to put my head down and finish it. And at the moment, it's really hard to figure out the motivation to do that.
Yeah.
Not to say like my life is swarmingly busy or anything like that. Like you guys are definitely a lot more busy than I am, and you're doing much better and much more work and everything. But the fun is kind of removed in this final stage because I'm just ironing over some of like the wrinkles and
because it's just pure work.
Exactly. Yeah. Because all of them, the fun part is done for most of them. It's more so just like figuring out if there's anything I can change, hearing it over and over again without letting it get too oversaturated.
Right.
Making changes, major and small, you know, just to like get it out, you know?
Right.
Because I like I said, I probably have like 20, but realistically I'd want like 10 solid ones, you know, to throw on like just like either a demos album or like just some sort of album. That's what I want to do. That's the near future. I'm gonna get that done. It's just doing it, you know?
Yep. Totally.
So that's the big goal, I guess, right now.
Hell yeah. I like that. That's a good future plan. That was all the questions we have. Do you have any final statements, thoughts you would like to let people know?
I think you guys should have been more prepared for this. Like this, dude, this was not good. This wasn't good. Like I was like so confident like halfway through with you guys, and then you just kind of lost me, honestly. Are you crying? Are you gonna cry?
No, I just got a migraine.
I think you baby gonna cry, baby pacifier, you wimp, wuss.
Why are you bullying me?
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 Scrapping this whole thing.
I'm never uploading this video.
This is it.
Make sure to check out Claven on lots of platforms: YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify. He's a great friend of ours, and you'll be seeing and hearing from him way more. Games, videos, whatever it may be. Gage will be here for us, and you know, thank you for coming. It was fun having such a deep talk about it, because I feel like, I don't know, I knew all this information, but having it so like lined up and, you know, in a flow was just, it was very interesting. Yeah. And I think this will be a fun podcast episode to just listen to and have a good time with. So that's it from us. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in whatever we record next. So bye now.
Screensavers. My vibrato is on point.
Oh my god!
I used the bathroom in my pants.
There's stinky poopy in here now. Gage made a stinky poopy.